Last lesson, we learned that logarithms can be thought of as exponents. What logarithm does is it's trying to figure out what the exponent is for your base. Okay, we're going to take a look at the properties of logarithms. And there's only 3 of them. That helps. And so much of the time, if you remember what the rules for exponents are, it makes these easier. Okay, so you're going to want to write these down in your notebook. The first one is the product property. I'm not so concerned about the name of it, but knowing the property. And that says if you have the logarithm base, whatever, I'm using b, of the product of 2 numbers, you can split that up. You could say the log of m plus the log of n. So make sure to get that in your notebook. Okay, now the reason that works, let's take a look at something simple. Okay, the log of, say, 1,000 in base 10 is simply 3 because 10 to the third is 1,000. Okay, but let's look at 1,000 being the product of 10 and 100. Well, then this log property, log base 10 of 10 times 100 can be the log base 10 of 10 plus the log base 10 of 100. Well, the exponent for 10 to get 10 is 1. The exponent for 10 to get 100 is 2. And that, of course, is 3, just like this was. Okay. You're not going to use it on things this simple, but this is a nice way to verify, wow, logarithms really are just exponents. So when you multiply like bases, you add exponents. Well, our base is b, so we're adding the exponents, means we are multiplying the numbers. We're adding them, so multiplying. Okay, I want to undo that so you can get those without all the scribble in it. So write down the red one. You don't have to circle the bases. All right, the quotient property, much like the product property. This time it says the log base b of some quotient could be found by finding the log base b of the numerator minus the log base b of the denominator. Okay, let's go something different. Okay, let's go base 2. Okay, the log base 2 of 32 over 4. Okay, let's see if this works. The log base 2 of 32 minus the log base 2 of 4. Well, the exponent for 2 to get 32 is 5. The exponent for 2 to get 4 is 2. So 2 to the 5th is 32, 2 squared is 4, and 5 minus 2 is 3. Well, you guys are all rocket scientists, I know that. So the log base 2 of 8, because 32 over 4 is 8, is saying, what's the exponent for 2 to get 8? And that also is 3. So again, this verifies it. This is what you want to write down. Okay? All right. The power property. Okay? This one says if you have the logarithm of some number raised to a power, that power can come out front of m. Okay, there we go. Let's not get too wild. Let's stick with base 2, I suppose, right? Okay, so if we find the log base 2 of 4 cubed, that is the same as the log base 2 of 64. Well, the exponent for 2 to get 64 is 6. Go ahead, try it on your calculator. This property says we can bring this exponent out front and say this is 3 times the log base 2 of 4. Well, the exponent for 2 to get 4 is 2, and sure enough, that's 6. So now you've got the 3 properties: the product property, the quotient property, the power property. Let's try them out. Okay, you're going to want to write these down in scratch paper. Okay, but the log of base 4 of this quotient, remember, we could just split them up. So this could be the log of 3 base 4 minus the log base 4 of 7. So this is just saying 0.792 minus 1.404. And you can grab your calculator as well as I can. That's going to be a little bit more than 0.6, isn't it? Negative 0.6. Okay. The next one, 21 can be thought of as 3 times 7. Well, the product property says I can say that's the log of 3 plus the log of 7. So this is saying, okay, so you want to go 0.792 plus 1.404. Okay, so it's going to be almost 2200, right? 2.2. 2.196. Okay, and the last one here, 49, log base 449. Well, 49 is 7 squared. So that says we can take 2 times the log of 7, which is 2 times 1.404. So we're looking for the number of 2.808. Okay. Now remember how you could check these. You could take your answer, and this one I didn't complete. Okay, you could take your answer and have 4 raised to your answer. Check to see what 3/7 is as a decimal. Okay, likewise here, 4 raised to this power, 2.196. It will be very close to 21, and so on. So check those. Okay, try these. So again, it's saying we're using division. Division means subtract. So we don't even have to write it out anymore. We can do 1.161 minus the 0.898. Okay, I think that's going to come to 0.263. You could check it. I might be wrong. Okay, how can we get 64 using the 5 and the 8? Well, 64 is 8 squared. So this is 2 times the log of 8, which is 1.161. So this is coming to 2.322, isn't it? Okay. 40 is 5 times 8. So we can use the sum. Because when you're multiplying the numbers you're taking logarithm of, you can find it quickly by adding the logarithms of each of the factors. So this is about, what, 2.159? You could check on me. I might be wrong. Who knows? Maybe it's 0.59. I think it's 0, isn't it? Okay, how about 125? Well, hopefully you've seen enough of these that you know that 125 is 5 to the 3rd. So this is going to be 3 times the 0.898. Okay, and you can figure that out just as easily as I can. So that's using some of them. Several of the problems I assign will be using some, and it probably isn't going to be these two. It's probably not going to be 3 and 7 base 4. It's not going to be 5 and 8 base 6. Okay. The other way we use the logarithms or work to learn those three properties of logarithms is by practicing them by expanding and contracting these. Okay, when I see this, I look at all the things done to that expression. And I see a product, I see a power, I see a division. Well, the product is the one where you add. Okay, x to the third, and I'm going to take care of that, so I'm going to keep my eraser handy. And division is the one that says subtract. When you have a power, we don't have to leave that as a power. We can write that out front, and I'm going to erase this from up here. So hopefully you understood how we did all that. Now when you take them apart, remember the plus means you multiply, the times mean you raise to powers, and the minus means you divide it. Okay, now this one doesn't have a base, so they're saying, okay, you're using base 10. We're not going to write it either. Okay, all I'm seeing there is a product and a power. So the product says I'm going to add these things, and the power says I can bring it out front and multiply. And that one's pretty fast because there isn't as many operations. Okay, practice a few of those. Okay, condense goes the other way. Condense says, okay, when it says multiply, you use it as a power. When it says plus, it means times. When it says has minus, it means divide. So this could be 9 times 2 cubed divided by 3. And I can simplify that. Okay, so this will be 9 and 3 will reduce, and 2 to the third is 24. So this really, is 8. So it really is the log of 24. You can switch for me. Come on. So this really is the log of 24. Okay? ln is simply log of natural base. Don't let that confuse you. So the same thing. I see 2 as multiplied with the log of 5, so that means I've got 5 squared. Times that 8. The minus means divide, and I can reduce this a bunch. Okay? So I'm going to end up with the natural log. 25 times 8 is 200. That's 8 quarters. That's how I do that so fast. So this really is the natural log of 20. Makes it fast. Okay. I'm running out of time. I think I'm going to save this because I only have 2 minutes left. So I'm going to come back and finish this.